Hello, mighty companion. This is Earl Purdy. I want to welcome you to Hardcore Course in Miracles right here on Facebook Live. And we're going to be talking about how do you apply the true perception, the right interpretation of everything that you're going through and everything that you're experiencing so that you actually translate and change and get rid of your fear. So we're talking about how you get rid of all fear, how you make fear completely unreal for you. We're going to be talking about how you make fear completely unreal for you. This is Earl Purdy. Welcome to Facebook Live. This is Hardcore Course in Miracles. And we're going to start out with our theme song, our joining song, We Are One. So let's get started. Here we go. This is our time to come together and prepare ourselves to be taught by our right mind, spirit, the truth. So let's join together.
There's a call for God, I see it everywhere. Everybody's running scared. Everything is turning upside down. But the words I hear, they keep coming through from deep inside of me and you. It's telling us that love is who I am. You and me were not that far apart. Yeah, we're beating the same heart. We've been together from the start. Tell me, can you hear it?
Can you hear it?
Tell me, can you feel it? Put your arms around it and know that we are one. Yeah, yeah, we are one. Now it's come together and understand that love was born within of every man. He's waiting for us to choose love as ourselves. When you choose love, you know you choose me too. And everyone becomes a part of you. And then you will know that love is who I am. You and me were not that far apart. Yeah, we're beating the same heart. We've been together from the start. Tell me, can you hear it? Tell me, can you feel it? Put your arms around it and know that we are one. Yeah, yeah, we are one. Oh, we are one.
Hey, mighty companion. Welcome to Hardcore Course in Miracles. I'm Earl Raj Purdy, and I want to welcome you to Hardcore Course in Miracles here on Facebook Live. And we're going to be talking about how to recognize fear and completely transform and diminish fear. We're going to be talking about how you can see fear in another way that will actually bring love and peace and support to you through fear. So it's a powerful section from A Course in Miracles. I can't wait to share it with you.
You and me were not that far apart. Yeah, we're beating the same heart. We've been together from the start.
Tell me, can you hear it? Tell me, can you feel it? Put your arms around it and know that we are one. Oh, we are one. Oh, yeah, we are one. Oh, we are one. I am you, and you are me. That was Brother John Christmas at www.johnchristmas.com. If you want to get that music, that's John Christmas at johnchristmas.com. I love you. Hey, it's great to be with you at Hardcore Course in Miracles. And we are going to see what the Course in Miracles says about fear, recognizing fear, dissipating fear, how you can actually use fear to bring you love and to bring you transformation. I am the divine repetition teacher. I see myself as the remembering coach. I don't analyze A Course in Miracles. My 40 years of teaching and learning the Course in Miracles has taught me that all of the miracles that the Course in Miracles promises you comes from you remembering what it says and using the ideas, not from analyzing the Course in Miracles. The beauty, the miracles, the healing that you're looking for will come from you hearing, really hearing and remembering what it's saying, and then applying it, because the Course in Miracles works at the level of the mind. The Course in Miracles works at the level of perception and at the level of the mind. And so the Course in Miracles gives its own guidelines for studying A Course in Miracles. Let me repeat that to you. The Course in Miracles has its own guidelines for how to study A Course in Miracles. So I'm going to give you the guidelines from A Course in Miracles about how you use the Course in Miracles. Remember only this. Remember only this. If you want to get the most out of what I'm about to share, remember only this. This is straight from A Course in Miracles. It says, you need not believe the ideas. You need not believe the ideas. You need not accept the ideas. You need not accept the ideas. You need not even welcome the ideas. You need not even welcome the ideas. Some of the ideas, you may actively resist some of the ideas from A Course in Miracles. You may actively resist some of the ideas. You may actively resist some of the ideas. You might actively, some of the ideas, you may actively resist some of the ideas. You may actively resist in A Course in Miracles. Remember only this. Some of the ideas you may find hard to believe. The Course in Miracles says some of the ideas you will find hard to believe. So you may say, that's hard to believe. That's what I said. The Course in Miracles said some of the ideas you will find hard to believe. And then it says others may seem to be quite startling. So that means what? That means some of the ideas that I share with you may startle you. Some of the ideas I share with you, you might find hard to believe. Some of the ideas from A Course in Miracles, you may actively resist. All right, do you hear what I'm saying? Listen now. Listen. You are not being asked to judge the ideas at all. You're not being asked to analyze the ideas at all. This is not an analyzation presentation. I've been teaching and studying the Course in Miracles for over 40 years. I have been sharing it as my full-time calling in the world for over 35 years. I've worked with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of students. And the Course in Miracles says the purpose of a relationship is to save you time. The purpose of this relationship with me that you're having right now is to save yourself time. So I can give you a lot of tips, a lot of insights about how to study the Course in Miracles that will make it a lot easier for you to benefit from it. Do you know that the Course in Miracles says it's using the ideas that will give the ideas meaning to you and will show you that the ideas are true? Using the ideas. Using the ideas? Did Earl Purdy say using the ideas? Yes, I said using the ideas. The Course in Miracles says using the ideas will give the ideas meaning to you. Using the ideas, not analyzing the ideas, not giving your interpretations of the ideas, not giving your interpretations of the ideas that's not what's going to make the ideas work. The Course in Miracles is not a teaching where you read a little bit and then you give it your interpretation. Then you read a little bit more and then you give it your interpretation. No. The Course in Miracles explains itself as it goes along. And I'm going to show you how it does that. That's why you don't need to analyze it. Because the Course in Miracles is not asking for your interpretation of it. It's not asking for my interpretation of it. It's telling us how to have a totally peaceful, loving, blissful state of mind so that we can hear the voice of spirit inside of ourselves. And so it's the use of the ideas. It says in the Course in Miracles, their use will give the ideas meaning to you, and is using the ideas in the Course in Miracles that will show you that the ideas are true. Using it will show you that it's true. Those are the guidelines. Those are the guidelines. Now, we're going to be in chapter 12 in the Course in Miracles text, for those of you who have the book in the Foundation for Inner Peace version of the Course in Miracles. We're going to be in chapter 12, the Holy Spirit's curriculum, the judgment of the Holy Spirit. We're going to be on we're going to start with paragraph 8 on page 217. Paragraph 8 on page 217 for those of you who have the book. So we're going to be what? We're going to be in the text, chapter 12, section 1, paragraph 8. Chapter 12, section 1, paragraph 8. The Holy Spirit is just another term for the loving right mind, and the ego of fear is what comes from our fearful mind. So the Course in Miracles is working at the level of perception. The purpose of the Course in Miracles is to give you peace of mind in any situation that you are facing, in any situation that you're in. Do you know that the Course in Miracles teaches that if you have peace of mind, then you can hear your inner guidance. You can hear the voice for God. You can hear the voice for the higher power when you have peace of mind. When you have peace of mind. So the Course in Miracles is working with your perception. It is working with your mind. It's working with the way that you see things. So I like to start out by reading the introduction to the Course in Miracles. It's just, it's one paragraph. And I want you to hear that, and then I'm going to get into the section that we're going to cover. And I'm so glad you're here. I love that you come here live and that we join live from all over the world. There are thousands of people that watch these videos from all over the world. And I'm very grateful that people see value in what's coming through me, not from me, but through me. The Course in Miracles, I want it to speak through itself. I'm a messenger. I'm a messenger. And I try to relate it in a way that it's simple and easy to understand, because the Course in Miracles says it's not complicated. It's just different. It's just different. So this is what the introduction says. We're going to be on page 217, paragraph 8, section 1 of chapter 12. But right now I'm going to read the introduction to you right quick. Put a little drama on it. This is a Course in Miracles. It is a required course. A Course in Miracles is a required course. Only the time you take a Course in Miracles is voluntary. What's voluntary? The time you take it. That's what's voluntary. What does free will mean? Well, free will does not mean that you can establish the curriculum. Free will doesn't mean that you can establish the curriculum. how you're going to learn to wake up and to be happy and to know love and to know your higher power. You don't establish that curriculum. The Course in Miracles says free will does not mean that you can establish the curriculum. Free will means only that you can elect what you want to take at a given time. That's what free will means, that you can elect what you want to take at a given time. You can elect what you want to take, how much you want to study at a given time. That's what free will means. This course does not aim at teaching the meaning of love. This course does not aim at teaching the meaning of love. For the meaning of love is beyond what can be taught. The meaning of love is beyond what can be taught. The Course in Miracles does aim, however, at removing the blocks to the awareness of love's presence. The Course in Miracles aims to remove every block that you have in your thinking to the awareness of love's presence in your life. So what is the Course in Miracles goal? The goal of A Course in Miracles is to remove all the blocks to your awareness of love. Love is your natural inheritance. Your natural inheritance is love. Love is what your natural inheritance is. The opposite of love is fear. If you are feeling fear in any area of your life, you're feeling the opposite of love. The opposite of love is fear. I'm the divine repetition teacher. The opposite of love is fear. The opposite of love is what? The opposite of love is fear. Fear is the opposite of love. But love is all-encompassing. What's all-encompassing can have no opposite. And so in reality, there's no opposite to love. This course can therefore be summed up. This course can therefore be summed up very simply in this way. How can we sum up A Course in Miracles? We can sum up the Course in Miracles in this way. Nothing real can be threatened. 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 If it's real, it cannot be threatened. If it's real, it cannot be threatened. If you have a real love, it cannot be threatened. A real relationship cannot be threatened. Anything that's real cannot be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Nothing unreal exists. Nothing real can be threatened. Herein lies the peace of God. Okay, that's the introduction. So now I'm going to paragraph 8. And I teach in a question and answer format. And remember, our goal is to hear what it's saying and to remember what it's saying. Our goal is to hear what it's saying and to remember what it's saying. The Course in Miracles says no matter what your reaction is to the ideas, it says use the ideas. No matter what your reaction is to the ideas, use the ideas. That means that whether you like the idea or not, use it. Whether you understand the idea or not, use it. If you feel ecstatic about the ideas, use them. So it's not about you necessarily understanding all of this, because your understanding really isn't a powerful contribution to the truth. Your understanding doesn't make the truth work. What makes it work is for you to remember the instructions that you're being given, and then to apply the instructions the way you're being told to apply the instructions. That's what produces the miracle. That's what produces the right perception. Are you with me on that? So I'm not concerned with how much I cover. I just want us to remember as much as we can. All right, so here we go. By applying the do you know that by applying the Holy Spirit's interpretation of the reactions of others, do you know if you will apply love's interpretation of the reactions of others, the Holy Spirit, the Course in Miracles says, one definition of the Course in Miracles of the Holy Spirit is that the Holy Spirit is your loving right mind, that the Holy Spirit is right-mindedness in you. The Holy Spirit is the voice of God in you. The Holy Spirit is the voice of the truth in you. So you could say the Holy Spirit is love, the loving right mind. So the Course in Miracles says by applying the Holy Spirit's, the loving right minds and reactions of others more and more consistently, Do you know that you're going to gain an increasing awareness that the Holy Spirit's love's criteria are equally applicable to you? So what is the Holy Spirit's interpretation of the reactions of others? What is the Holy Spirit's, what is love's interpretation of the reactions of other people? Well, the Course in Miracles taught us that everything you see, everything that anyone is doing, the only thing that's happening is just two things, that love judges that there's not but two things happening. The Holy Spirit sees everything as love or the call for love. So everything that you're seeing is either love or a call for love, which he calls a call for help and a call for God and a call for healing. What are the two things that you're seeing when you read the paper, when you look at the TV, when you're dealing with anyone that you know, no matter what they're doing, no matter how they're behaving, no matter how they are expressing themselves, no matter what's happening that you see happening in the world? The Course in Miracles says you're just looking at love or a call for love. That's what you're looking at. A person that's afraid, angry, upset, starving, mean, robbing, whatever you're seeing in the world that looks like insanity, the Course in Miracles says love sees that as a call for love. It's a call for love. It's a call for love. It's a call for help. It's a call for healing. Somebody that's angry and upset that you know, it's a call for love. They're calling for love. They're calling for help. They're calling for healing. They're calling for God. All of the turmoil and strife that you see in the world is a call for love. It's a call for help. It's a call for healing. It's a call for God. All of the racial tension that we are hearing about constantly, what we're seeing as far as the pandemic, everything that's happened is a call for love. A call for love. It's a call for God. It's a call for help. It's a call for healing. So you're either seeing love or you're seeing a call for love according to A Course in Miracles. According to A Course in Miracles. And then, do you know that it just told us that by applying this interpretation more consistently, what is it that you are going to gain? What would be the benefit to you by seeing everything that everybody else does as a call for love, a call for help, a call for God, a call for healing? What's the advantage when you see what everybody around you, when you see what everyone around you is doing as a call for God, a call for help? What A Course in Miracles says, you gain an increasing awareness. And what is it that you gain this increasing awareness of? That this criteria is equally applicable to you. So what does that mean? It means that if you see what everybody else does as a call for help and a call for healing when they are afraid, when they are angry, when they're feeling guilty, when they're being selfish, when they're being unkind, if you see that as a call for love, a call for help, a call for healing, a call for God, then you will begin to become increasingly aware that that's what your anger is. That's what your cruelty, when you're being cruel, when you're being selfish, when you're upset, when you're mad, when you're attacking in some way, when you're sick, when you have lack, you will become aware that, hey, that's my call for love. If I see your anger and upset and misperceptions as a call for love, then I will become more and more aware that when I'm feeling afraid and when I'm feeling angry and when I'm feeling guilty, that's my call for love. I want you to hear that, hear that, hear that, hear that. I'm not interested in how fast we go. Remember, I'm the remembering coach. I'm here to help you remember. What is it that you need to remember? You need to remember that the more you see what other people do as a call for God, a call for help, a call for healing, the more you're going to realize your own errors and perceptions, your own mistakes, your own anger. When you're in your ego, you realize that's your call for love. That's your call for help. That's your call for God. But do you know, it says right here, it says, for to recognize fear is not enough to escape from it. So recognizing fear is not enough to escape from your fear. Recognizing fear isn't enough to escape from fear. Recognizing fear is not enough to escape from fear. But the recognition of fear is necessary. But why is the recognition of fear necessary? Because recognition is necessary to demonstrate the need to escape from fear. So first you recognize fear. which demonstrates your need to escape from it. So the value in recognizing fear is what? It's not enough to escape from fear when you recognize fear, but the recognition of fear is necessary to demonstrate the need for escape from fear. I'm afraid, I need to escape from it. I'm admitting to myself that I feel afraid, and that means I need to escape from this fear. So do you hear what I'm saying? Okay. Now the Holy Spirit, which is your loving right mind, your divine mind, your higher self, the Holy Spirit must still translate the fear into truth. The Holy Spirit, the love in you, God has to change your fear, translate your fear into truth. How can I use this fear for truth? How can I use this fear for truth? You see, I don't know if you realize it or not. Maybe you do. Do you realize that if you were left with your fear, the ones you had recognized your fear, then you would have taken a step away from love. You would have taken a step away from reality. You wouldn't be moving toward reality. If you were left with your fear, the ones you recognized your fear, then you would have taken a step away from love, not toward love. So if I make you aware of your fear, and then I just leave you with the fear that I've made you aware of, then actually I have moved you further away from reality. I've moved you further away from the reality of love. Because if you become aware of your fear, and then you just become aware of it, and you're left with it, the once you recognized it, you would have taken a step away from love, away from reality. Reality is love. Reality is love. Reality is love. The Course in Miracles defines reality as love. Reality is not fearful. Reality is loving. So when you're not dealing with love, when you're not experiencing love from a Course in Miracles perspective, you're not dealing with what's truly real. Because from a Course in Miracles perspective, love is the only thing that is real. Anything beside love isn't really there, isn't really true. So the Course in Miracles says, if you're left with your fear, the once you recognized it, you would have moved away from love. You would have moved further away from reality, and you wouldn't be going towards reality. So let's remember the first 3 points. The Course in Miracles says the love in you, the Holy Spirit, sees everything as love or a call for love. The advantage of you seeing everything as love or a call for love is that it will give you an increasing awareness that when you act crazy, that's your call for love. That when you're afraid, that's your call for love. So you'll stop judging yourself harshly for your own fear or for your own anger or for your own upset. You'll just go, right now I really got a deep call for love. I am so angry and upset right now. I have a deep call for love. My anger and upset is a deep call for love. My fear is a deep call for love. My jealousy is a deep call for love. My upset is a deep call for love. That's what you would say. Then the Course in Miracles says that you need to recognize that you have fear so that you will recognize you need to escape from fear. But if I leave you with fear, the once I've gotten you to recognize your fear, then the Course in Miracles says then if you were just left with your fear, the once you became aware of your fear, that you would have taken actually a step away from reality. Because now you're just aware of fear. So you would have actually taken a step away from love and not moved towards it. Are you hearing me? Do you remember? Do you remember? Are you remembering? If you close the book right now, if you close your eyes right now and I said to you, what was the 3 main points that the Holy Spirit in the Course in Miracles was trying to make? Could you close your eyes and could you say, okay, the first thing that it said is that the more I use the Holy Spirit's interpretation, which is everything is love or a call for love, then the more I will become aware that whenever I'm upset, the Holy Spirit sees that as a call for love. That when I am in my ego, then that is my call for love. And why would I remember that? I would remember that because when you're upset and when you are afraid, I'm seeing what you do as a call for love. And that'll help me remember whenever I'm afraid, whenever I'm upset, that my fear and upset is being seen as a call for love. Okay, that was the first thing. Then it went on to say that if I recognize fear, that wouldn't be enough to escape from the fear, but what it would be though is it would make me recognize I do have the need to escape from the fear. And then what was the next thing that the Course in Miracles said? It said to me that the Holy Spirit is going to change my fear into the truth. That if I was left with the fear, that once I recognized the fear, then I would have taken a step away from love. I would have taken a step away from reality. So are you all seeing what I'm doing right now? I am not analyzing the Course in Miracles, am I? What I'm doing is remembering the instructions that the Course in Miracles is giving me. See, if you don't remember something, you haven't learned it. If you notice, I'm not giving my interpretation of it. I'm just restating what it's saying in a way that you can hear it. And that's why you want to listen to it over and over and over again. So what is the next thing that it says? It says, yet we have repeatedly emphasized. What is it that the Course in Miracles has repeatedly emphasized? The Course in Miracles has repeatedly emphasized the need to do what? You need to recognize fear and face it without disguise. What do you need to do? You need to recognize fear and you need to face it. You need to recognize fear and face it. 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 Recognize fear and face your fear. Face your fear. Recognize fear and face it. How? Face your fear without disguise. Face fear without disguise. He says that is a crucial step, not a regular step. It says we have repeatedly emphasized the need to recognize fear and face it without disguise as a crucial step in the undoing of the ego. So what's a crucial step in undoing your ego? A crucial step in undoing fear is facing it without disguise. So if you want to undo your ego, if you want to undo your idea that you are separate and guilty, if you want to undo the idea that you are separate, guilty, and afraid, you must face your fear and face it without disguise. So what is it that you need to consider? What is it that the Course in Miracles is saying you need to consider? What do you need to consider? What do you need to consider? What do you need to consider? You need to consider how well the Holy Spirit's interpretation of the motives of others will serve you. So what is the Holy Spirit's interpretation of the motives of others? You don't have to stop and analyze that. If you keep going, when you're studying the Course, if you keep going, the Course in Miracles already anticipates your reactions to what you're reading. So check this out. It says, consider how well the Holy Spirit's interpretation of the motives of others will serve you. So take a moment right now and consider how love's interpretation of the motives of others will serve you. Having taught you, Holy Spirit, having taught you to do what? Having taught you to accept only loving thoughts in others and to regard everything else as an appeal for help. What is it that the Holy Spirit has been teaching us through the Course in Miracles? What is it that love has been teaching us through the Holy Spirit and through the Holy Spirit and through the Course in Miracles? The Holy Spirit has been teaching you to accept only loving thoughts in others and to regard everything else as an appeal for help. So I'm going to accept the loving thoughts that you give me, and I'm going to regard everything else that you give me as an appeal for help. When you're loving and kind to me and seeing me correctly and being peaceful with me, I'm going to accept that. I'm going to be thankful for that. But if you're upset, projecting, mad, trying to dominate, then I'm going to see that as your appeal for help. That is your appeal for help. You might be angry at me and going off on me in terms of how you are treating me and what you're saying. But I'm going to see that as an appeal for help. That's an appeal for the help of God. the Course in Miracles says you don't try to help people your own way because you can't really help yourself. You don't really know how to help yourself. You don't really know how to keep peace 100% of the time for yourself. So the Course in Miracles says, so you need to recognize that people are calling for the help of God. They're asking for God's help. When people are angry, upset, lacking, sick, mad, lonely, afraid, they are what? They're calling for God's help. They're calling for God's help. What you are being asked to do is to regard everything other than love as an appeal for help. So what is it that you are being asked to do? You're being asked to see everything beside peace being expressed as a call for love. It's a call for God. It's a call for healing. Keep it simple, Course in Miracles students or people who are listening. This is not complicated unless you want to make it complicated. So what is the Holy Spirit, your inner teacher? What has love taught you? So listen to this. This is what the Holy Spirit, this is what God is teaching us about fear. So what is fear itself? What is fear? What is fear? So when it says recognize fear, what does the Course in Miracles mean? When the Course in Miracles says recognize fear, what does recognizing fear really mean? Well, it's right there in front of you on the page. You don't have to analyze it. You don't have to figure it out. It says fear itself is an appeal for help. Fear is an appeal for help. When I'm afraid, I'm calling for help. When you're afraid, you're calling for help. When I'm afraid, I'm calling for help. Now, fear is anger, according to the Course in Miracles. Fear is guilt. Fear is sickness. Fear is lack. Fear is bondage. Fear is conflict. So whenever you are feeling fear, you may be feeling any of those things. So when you're angry, it's an appeal for help. It's an appeal for help. When you're feeling guilty, it's an appeal for help. It's an appeal for help. When you are experiencing lack, it's an appeal for help. It's an appeal for help. When you're feeling lonely, it's an appeal for help. When you're sad, when you're feeling anxiety, it's what? It's fear. And what is that? Fear is a call for help. It's an appeal for help. So when you're feeling fear, you can go, you know what? I'm feeling a deep appeal for help right now. I'm feeling fear. I'm feeling fear, which means I'm feeling a deep appeal for help right now. I'm feeling fear. I'm feeling angry. I'm feeling guilty. I'm feeling depressed. I'm feeling an appeal for help. I'm feeling an appeal for help. I'm feeling sad. That's an appeal for help. I'm feeling sad. That's an appeal for help. I'm feeling mad. That's an appeal for help. I'm feeling sick. That's an appeal for help. So what is fear? Fear is a call for help. It's a call for love. It's a call for help. It's a call for love. I like to put things in rhythm to help me remember it. So I'm going to say it with a little bit of rhythm just for a minute. Recognizing fear. Fear is an appeal for help. Fear is an appeal for help. Fear is a call 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 for help. Anger is a call for help. Anger is a call for help. Depression is a call for help. Depression is a call for help. Lack is a call for help. Poverty is a call for help. It's a call for help. Everything that's not love is a call for help. It's a call for help. It's a call for help. That's what recognizing fear really means. So if you don't protect it, God will reinterpret it. If you don't protect your fear, love will reinterpret your fear. If you don't protect it, he will reinterpret it. If you don't want to hang on to your definition of fear, then you will be allowing the Holy Spirit to give you its interpretation of your fear. So truth's interpretation of fear, love's interpretation of fear, what is it, mighty companion? What is it? Do you remember? What is fear? What is fear? What does recognizing fear means? Recognizing fear means to give fear the interpretation that the Course in Miracles teaches you. That fear is an appeal for help. Fear is an appeal for help. If you don't protect it, Holy Spirit will reinterpret it. That's the ultimate value in learning to perceive attack as a call for love. Perceive attack as a call for love. Perceive attack as a call for the love of God. Perceive attack as a call for help, a call for love, a call for God. We have already learned that fear and attack are inevitably associated. Fearful people attack. The more afraid a person is, the more they are prone to attack. So there is an association between fear and attack. And there is an association between love and peace. So wherever there is attack, there is fear. Wherever you see anger and attack, you are looking at where fear is located. So your responsibility is to what? See it this way. The Course in Miracles is giving you new interpretations. So if only attack produces fear, so the Course in Miracles has just told us what produces fear. What produces fear? Attack. What produces fear? Attack. Attack produces fear. If I attack you, you're prone to be afraid around me. If I attack, it produces fear. So what do you need to do with attack? How do you need to see attack? How should you see attack? How should you see attack? Well, it says, if you see attack as the call for help that it is, if you see attack as the call for help that it is, if you're willing to see attack as a call for help, and that includes your fear of being attacked. If you have the fear that you can be attacked, that's a call for what? Help. That's a call for help. That's a call for the help of God. So if you see attack as a call for help, which is what it is, what's going to dawn on you? What is it that's going to dawn on you if you see attack as a call for help? Well, the unreality of fear must dawn on you. The fact that fear isn't really real will dawn on you when you see attack as a call for help, when you see attack as a call for help, when you see attack as a call for the help of God. Then the Course says, if you see attack as a call for help, the unreality of fear will dawn on you. The unreality of fear will dawn on you. So what is fear? It says, for fear is a call for love. What is fear? Fear is a call for love. So instead of saying I feel afraid, what would you say? Well, instead of saying I feel afraid, what would I say? I would say that fear is I'm feeling a call for love. I feel afraid of my mate. Then I'm feeling a call for love with my mate. I'm feeling a call for love. If I'm afraid of you, what I'm feeling is a call for love. I'm calling for love with you. I'm feeling fear. I'm requesting love. I'm requesting love between us. I'm feeling fear. So I'm feeling a call for love, a call for God, a call for help, a call for healing. Fear is a call for love. Now, the Course in Miracles explains what it means in the second half of that sentence, if you're reading the book. It says, fear is a call for love in unconscious recognition of what has been denied. Now, what in the heck does that mean? Okay, so if you're feeling fear, what is it that's being denied? If you feel fear, what is being denied? I bet you know exactly what's being denied if you feel fear. If you feel fear, you know that what's being denied in that situation is love. Because if you feel love, you do not feel fear. If you feel love, you don't feel fear. If you're feeling love, you're not feeling fear. If you're feeling love, you're not feeling fear. If you're feeling love, you're not feeling fear. It's no such thing as feeling fear and love at the same time. So if you're feeling fear, you are recognizing that love is being denied in this situation. I'm afraid of you. So that's my unconscious recognition that love isn't happening between us. Union isn't happening between us. Peace isn't happening between us. I feel afraid. I feel afraid. That's an unconscious recognition that love is not happening. Fear is an unconscious recognition of love, that love has been denied. Fear is the call for love, an unconscious recognition of what's been denied. So fear is a call for love. It's an unconscious recognition of what's been denied. I'm feeling fear. Unconsciously, I'm recognizing that love isn't happening right now. Peace isn't happening right now. I'm feeling fear. That's my unconscious recognition of what's been denied. What's been denied is love. What's been denied is peace. I'm feeling fear. I feel fear when I'm in the world. That means I have an unconscious recognition that love isn't happening, that union isn't happening, that joining isn't happening, that us loving each other isn't happening. My fear is a call for love. My fear is a call for love. It's an unconscious recognition that love is being denied right now. Love is being denied right now. Love is being denied right now. I feel afraid. I feel afraid. I have an unconscious recognition of what's been denied. Love is being denied. Fear is a call for love. Notice I got my eyes closed. I'm remembering it. Fear is a call for love, an unconscious recognition of the love that's being denied. You see what I'm doing? I'm remembering specifically what the Course in Miracles is saying. That it's okay to use the book to help you do that. Please, Course in Miracles, my beautiful, wonderful Course in Miracles student, don't let your ego, your past learning, think that the way that you're going to learn the Course in Miracles is to analyze it and then give your interpretations of what it means. That's going to delay your progress in the material. God doesn't need your help in interpreting the Course in Miracles. God just wants you to remember what it's telling you. Spirit wants you to remember that if you accept only loving thoughts as true and see everything else as a call for help, then you're going to realize the fear and upset that you feel is a call for help. If you don't protect your old definitions of fear, then the Holy Spirit will reinterpret your fear. If you see anger and attack happening in your life and anywhere around you, that's a call for love. And if there's a lot of anger and attack happening, that means there's some fear coming down, because fear and attack are associated. Attack is what produces fear in the first place. Anger and attack and projecting and projection, that's what produces fear. So how do you get rid of the fear? How do you get rid of the fear? Well, if you see attack as the call for help, which is what it really is, then you will start to see the unreality of fear in your life. If you want to see the unreality of fear in your life, then you have to see attack as a call for help, a call for the help of God. Because fear is a call for love. What is fear? Recognizing fear means you're recognizing that fear is a call for love. You're recognizing that when you feel fear, you're having an unconscious recognition that love is not happening right now. Fear is an unconscious recognition that God isn't happening right now, that love isn't happening right now. I want you to hear that clearly. I want you to hear that clearly. I want you to hear that clearly. So what is fear a symptom of? What is fear a symptom of? Fear is a symptom of your own deep sense of loss. When you're feeling fear, somehow you're feeling that you're losing. When you perceive fear in others, which is a call for love, and you learn to supply that loss, the basic cause of fear is removed. If everything is a call for love, if everything is a call for God, and you learn to be a channel for love, to be a channel for healing, That's the basic cause of fear being removed. So you teach yourself that fear doesn't exist in you by recognizing the call for love that other people have. So what does that mean? Well, it means the means for removing fear is in yourself. The means for removing fear is in yourself. And you've demonstrated that the way to remove fear is in yourself because you're seeing what everybody else does as a call for love if it's not love. And then you're giving the love just by seeing it as a call for love. Because if you're seeing it as a call for love, you're not seeing it as an attack. So you're becoming a peaceful, loving presence. So what are the only emotions that you're capable of? According to the Course in Miracles, the only emotions that you are capable of are fear and love. Everything that you experience is some form of fear, or everything that you experience, every emotion that you experience is some form of love, or every emotion that you experience is some form of fear. Did you hear what I'm saying? Everything that you experience is some form of love, or everything that you experience is some form of fear. Those are the only two emotions that you're capable of, according to A Course in Miracles. Fear is false. One of them is false. Which one is it? Fear is false because fear is made out of the denial of love. Fear is the denial of love. So when a person feels fear, they're feeling the denial of love. Because denial, what does the denial depend on? Denial depends on the belief in what is denied for its own existence. So if I deny love, then I believe in love. If I deny God, then I believe in God, because there has to be a God for me to deny. If I deny love, then I believe in love, because denial depends on the belief in what's denied for its own existence. So what happens? What happens when you interpret fear correctly? When you see fear as a positive affirmation, that you have an underlying belief in love, because you know that fear is an unconscious recognition that love is being denied. So when you feel fear, fear is really a positive affirmation seen correctly. Fear is a positive affirmation. Fear is a positive affirmation. If you see fear the way the Course in Miracles is teaching you to see fear, then fear is a positive affirmation that you actually believe in love, because you know your fear is an unconscious recognition of the love that's being denied. That love is there, but somehow you are denying it. That's what fear is. So when you see fear correctly, it's a positive affirmation. So you are undermining the usefulness of fear. When you see fear as a call for love, then you're undermining your fear, because the purpose of fear is to hide love. Fear is of the ego. So fear's purpose is to hide love, is to hide God. So if you see fear as a positive affirmation, when you see fear as a call for love, when you see fear as an unconscious recognition that love is being denied, then the Course in Miracles says you are rendering fear useless, because your ego was trying to use fear to hide love, but you're using fear to remind you of love. And do you know that defenses that don't work are automatically discarded? If your fear is not hiding love successfully, because fear is reminding you of love, then you rendered the fear useless. And once your mind sees that the defense of fear, that fear won't hide love from you, then your mind will start to automatically discard your fears automatically. So how do you get your mind to automatically discard your fear? Listen carefully. It's right there on the page. How do you get your mind to discard fear? Well, if you raise what fear conceals, what is it that fear is concealing? I know you know. love. Fear is hiding love. So if you raise what fear is trying to conceal to clear-cut, unequivocal predominance, if you put the focus on the fact that fear is a call for love, that fear is actually an unconscious recognition that love is needed right now, then if you do that consistently, it says fear becomes meaningless. Now, why would fear become meaningless? Because if fear comes up and you see it as a call for love, if you see it as a call for help, if you see it as a call for God, then you have denied fear's power to conceal love. And that was the only purpose of fear, is to conceal love. So when you realize that your fear is trying to hide love, that your fear is trying to hide God, then the veil, which is fear, that has been drawn across the face of love has disappeared. Now, this is the last paragraph of this section. So just take a breath. I'm going to go right through it. Listen to it. Do you want to look upon love, which is the world's reality? Well, then how could you do better than to recognize in every defense against love, in every fear, in every guilt, in every anger, is the underlying appeal for love. Recognize in every defense against love, in every fear, see it as the appeal for love. How could you better learn of the reality of love? How could you better learn of the reality of love by answering the call for love by giving love? How could you learn that love is real? What would be a better way to learn that love is real than by giving love, giving freedom, giving peace? So the Holy Spirit's interpretation of fear as a call for love does dispel fear. Love's interpretation of fear, the Holy Spirit's interpretation of fear, does dispel fear. Because the awareness of truth can't be denied. And the truth is fear is a call for love. Fear is a call for help. That's the way the Holy Spirit replaces fear with love. That's the way error is translated into the truth. So what is it that you're going to learn? What is it that you're going to learn from the Holy Spirit? What is it you're going to learn from your loving right mind? You're going to learn how to replace your dream of separation. You're going to learn how to replace your fear with the fact of unity. You're going to learn through the Holy Spirit, through your inner teacher, through love, how to replace your dream of separation with the fact of unity. We are really united. So what is separation? What is separation? If fear is a call for love, if fear is a denial of love, then separation is only the denial of union. So when you feel separation, you're just feeling your denial that you are united and connected with everything. Separation is the denial of union. When you say you feel separate, you're saying, I am denying that I am joined with everyone in everything. I feel separate. Separation is the denial of union. And so if you correctly interpret separation, just like you correctly interpreted fear, then separation will actually attest to your eternal knowledge that union is true. So what does that mean? I feel separate from you means I am denying my union with you. I'm feeling separate from you right now, dear. I'm denying my union with you. I'm really joined with you, but I am denying it. I feel separate from you. I'm really joined with you, but I'm denying it. I feel separate from you. So separation is only the denial of union. And when you correctly interpret separation, it really is witnessing to your knowledge that union is true. So hang in there for another 5 minutes or so, and I'm going to complete. I'm going to do a quick recap of the main points that I made. Thank you for tuning in. I am a full-time teacher of A Course in Miracles, and I do it on a love offering donation basis. If you'd like to share with me supporting this teaching ministry, just go to my website, www.earlpurdy.com. That's Purdy, earlpurdy.com. You can use Venmo, the Cash App, PayPal. My email address for you to use is earlpurdy@earlpurdy.com. Okay? And I really, really appreciate you for sharing with me. If you would like to work with me on a personal level as a mentor and an advisor and a counselor, taking my 40 plus years of working with people and working with the Course in Miracles and bring that to situations that you're dealing with, or you just want to master this, I am available for one-on-one sessions. They're called clarity sessions. Clarity sessions. I've also been a soul purpose, higher consciousness astrologer and numerologist also for over 40 years. And when you're open to it, I can bring that into our sessions also for a way for spirit to communicate with us. Go to my website, earlpurdy.com, and you can look under the Clarity Session tab, and it will explain my services in detail. And you can book a session with me right there on my website. If you want to go deeper and you know you're ready to go through blocks and let those blocks go. Thursdays, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, Facebook Live, the Earl Purdy page. We do hardcore Course in Miracles every Thursday evening on Facebook Live. On Sundays at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, I do another Course in Miracles presentation on Facebook Live and on the Earl Purdy page on Facebook. Please share this video. Please share this video. All right. Feels so good to cover this. Remember, it's about remembering. It's about remembering. So what is it that we heard that we want to do a quick remembering? So listen to this at least 4 times. Watch this at least 4 times. I have hundreds of classes on YouTube, and I have hundreds of classes on Facebook for you to watch and listen to. Okay, so what was it that we heard? Let's see if we can remember. We were told that if we apply the Holy Spirit's interpretation of the reactions of other people more consistently and see what other people do as love or a call for love, then we'll realize that what we do is either love or a call for love. Recognizing fear is necessary, but it's not enough to escape from fear. If you want to escape from fear, you have to see fear for what it really is. So you have to face fear. So facing your fears doesn't mean I've got to face my fear of snakes. What it means from A Course in Miracles is that you want to see and remember what fear really is without disguise. So without disguise, what fear really is a call for help. It's a call for love. It's a call for God. That's what means. That's what recognizing your fear really means. It means recognizing what fear really is. And fear is what? An appeal for help. Okay? So recognizing fear means calling fear what the Course in Miracles calls fear, which is an appeal for help. Are you with me? Then we were told to perceive attack as a call for love. See attack as a call for God. See attack as a call for love. And we were also told to remember that fear and attack are connected. Fear and attack are associated. Attack is what produces fear. Anger is what produces fear. But if you were to see fear as a call for help, which is what it is, then the unreality of fear must dawn on you. Fear is a call for love. It's an unconscious recognition that love has been denied. I'm feeling fear. That's an unconscious recognition that love has been denied. Fear means that I'm feeling some kind of a loss. So if I allow myself to receive love and to give love, that's going to supply the loss. So the basic cause of fear is going to be removed, and you have the ability to teach yourself that fear doesn't exist in you, because the means for removing fear is in yourself. And you've demonstrated this by giving love, by seeing everything that's not love as a call for love. What are the two emotions that we are capable of? What are the two emotions that the Course in Miracles said that we are capable of? We are capable of fear and love. Fear and love. But fear is made out of the denial of love. So fear actually depends on your belief in love for its own existence, but you're denying that love is real. You're denying that God is real. And that's why you feel fear. So see fear as what kind of an affirmation? See fear as a positive affirmation that you actually believe in the love that fear is trying to hide. I feel fear. That means that I believe in love, but I'm just in denial about it. And defenses that don't work, the mind automatically discards that defense. So if fear isn't successful at hiding God, which is love, if fear is not successful in hiding love because you see fear as a call for love, then you are completely undermining fear, and your mind will start to automatically discard it. So what do you do? What is it that you need to raise to unequivocal predominance? What is it that you need to raise to predominance? That fear is hiding the love that really exists. And that will make fear become meaningless because you have denied its power to hide love. And so fear will become meaningless to you. Because concealing love is the only purpose of the ego. The only purpose of fear, which is the ego, is to hide love, and love is God. And so the veil you've drawn across love has disappeared when you see fear as a call for love. So if you want to look at love, then see everything that seems to be a denial of love as a call for love. And that interpretation will dispel fear. That's how you replace fear with love. And also, whenever you feel separate, just say, I'm feeling the denial of unity. I'm feeling the denial of union. And then that's also recognizing that union exists beneath separation. So that's how you do it. That's why you need to listen to it. You notice all I did was what? Deliver the message of what the Course in Miracles is saying. And then I worked on remembering what it says and then using these interpretations. And that's how you'll start to see miracles happen. So I'm going to take about 30 seconds. Let's jam it on out. Fear is a call for love. 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 Fear is a call for God. Fear is a call for God. Lack is a call for abundance. Lack is a call for abundance. Poverty is a call for abundance. Conflict is a call for peace. 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 Sickness is a call for health. Sickness is a call for health. Sickness is a call for health. When you feel sick, you're calling for help. When you feel sick, you're calling for healing. When you feel sick, you're calling for help. When you feel sick, you're calling for healing. When you feel sick, you're calling for help. You're calling for healing. You're calling for health. The ego is a call for God. What is the ego? It's a call for God. Fear is a call for God. That's what you need to remember. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Mighty companion. Repetition, 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 not analyzation. Repetition, 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 repetition. It's not about analyzing the Course. It's about remembering what it's saying. remember what it's saying. You got to remember to use it. Remember to use it. You have to remember to use it. The Course in Miracles doesn't need your interpretations of what the Course in Miracles is saying. As you can see, I just shared what the Course in Miracles was saying. It explains itself. It explains itself as it goes along. So, mighty companion, I appreciate you so much. You're a blessing to me. Love to you too. And remember, fear is just a call for God, a call for love. May the Course be with you. Go to my website, join my contact list. Oh, yes. Boy, I needed to hear this.